What's up guys, I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never and welcome back to another market update. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Alright, so if we just start out by taking a look at CoinMarketCap, you can see that a lot of the market has actually been pulling back over the last week. But what's interesting is Bitcoin is actually up 2.6% in the last week. And you can see that Bitcoin dominance is climbing again. It's back up to 63.2%. We did actually see Bitcoin dominance fall under 62%. And some of you guys might be asking, why is Bitcoin dominance important? Well, Bitcoin dominance is important because that's going to give you a good read on the potential for an altcoin season. In order for us to get a massive altcoin season, we want to see Bitcoin dominance continue dropping. But regardless, Bitcoin dominance is down quite a bit from where it was a month ago. There was a point in time where Bitcoin dominance was like 67%. And just to show you how good Bitcoin is actually performing right now, Bitcoin is only down 3.9% from its all-time high. And it actually reached a new all-time high 3 days ago. If you look at Ethereum right now, you can see that Ethereum is down 48.6% from its all-time high. Now, I know Ethereum has had a very nice breakout over the last couple weeks, but this shows you how far it still is lagging behind. However, I do want to go over Ethereum. So when we look at Ethereum right now on the daily time frame, I actually think the daily is very interesting. I've actually been talking for the last couple weeks about how we are sandwiched between the 200-day and the 21-day. And we have just continued consolidating, and you could argue that Bitcoin is actually forming an ascending triangle. And oftentimes we do find that ascending triangles are very bullish. Now, I will say though, I wouldn't be shocked if price action does fall out of this pattern and we get a bounce off of the 21-day. Either way, the levels that you need to be watching right now are the 200-day, which is this yellow line, and the 21-day, which is the white line. Whichever level breaks is probably the direction that we're going to be heading in the short term. Now, the fact that we are still consolidating up here and the stochastics have had a chance to completely reset makes me more bullish. Oftentimes, when you are consolidating and you have oversold stochastics, that's a great look. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if we do see a very nice move for Ethereum. And if we can break above the 200-day and actually confirm a breakout above it, then that will be very bullish for altcoins. Because the reality is that Ethereum is the leading altcoin. And for those of you guys that watch my channel consistently, you know the projects that we cover, like the Megals, the Kokoros, the Oscars, the Baby Pepes, the Hoppies. Projects like these are built on Ethereum. So if Ethereum does well, it's going to help the entire ecosystem. So you absolutely should be watching Ethereum right now. Now, if we do take a quick look at Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin has actually had the highest weekly candle close that it's ever had. And again, it also did put in new all-time highs. Now, to be clear, we have had 7 green candles in a row, so I wouldn't be shocked if Bitcoin does eventually have some sort of a pullback. But one indicator to me that is still extremely bullish is the M2 global liquidity. When you look at the M2 global liquidity, it is still breaking out, and it has been since January. Usually, M2 global liquidity front runs breakouts. You can see right here, it starts breaking out, Bitcoin explodes after. Starts breaking out here, Bitcoin explodes after. Starts breaking out here, Bitcoin explodes after. And again, we've been breaking out since January. It really wouldn't be surprising at all if Bitcoin does continue to explode. And naturally, if Bitcoin goes up, then it's probably also going to help Ethereum and the rest of the market. But in the short term, if Bitcoin goes up, it also could skyrocket Bitcoin dominance. Again, you can see Bitcoin dominance is 63.2%. For altcoin season, you do want to see Bitcoin dominance drop. But Bitcoin doing well is also just going to help the market. You kind of have to understand how those two work together. But that's about it for the market update today. If you guys are interested in getting into projects super early and joining my community, then I recommend taking a look at my Discord. We're in the markets every single day and we're making huge gains. This is the all-time gainer list, and just over the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've nailed 2 different 100x projects. One of them was actually a 691x. But our community is printing every single day. You can just see constant gains being made. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, what way do you think the market's going to be heading in the short term? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.